For February 2nd, 2026, in person, we have a quorum present. Two members are unable to attend due to personal circumstances. They are zooming in. Hannah Abrams and Bill Dodd. I've been advised by the planning board counsel, who's also confirmed this with the village attorney, that who are both familiar with the situation, that both members are able to participate in tonight's meeting by Zoom and are able to vote tonight. That being said, I want to get started right away with 560 Wickapog. Items outstanding from last meeting that necessitated postponing a vote at our last meeting for preliminary subdevelopment approval, I believe have been addressed or cleared up as far as they are going to clear up. Still waiting for the landscape plan for that area between the barns and Wickapog Road.
Gotta wait for it.
We're comfortable addressing that and all the related issues with that. And final approval, I believe we have just about everything, or we do have everything else we need to proceed. Unless board members correct me, it doesn't seem, there don't seem to be any other issues or questions preventing a vote on preliminary subdevelopment approval, as far as I'm aware of. Yes, no?
I would like to say, I think that we can proceed at this time. However, it would have been really helpful, since we had a full month, to receive documents about this vote and the documents we needed to review sooner than Saturday, okay, or Friday, because these are very important documents, and even though it's preliminary, subject to, there's still some issues, and it would have been helpful. I know redlining is not, you don't do that, but somebody perhaps could help you.
I did, though. I
You
did.
underlined.
I did underline.
But redlining helps someone to know whether it's been changed, didacted, or if it's been added, and also page numbers. I can't really assess a document, make notes if I don't have a page number at the bottom. So it was a bit chaotic for something so important. I would just say we all have to get on board when we have 30 days and not have 28 of them with nothing and then suddenly have it in the file.
I will say it's exactly the same one that you got a month ago for the holidays, with 2 lines that were underlined. And I will say, over the past 2 weeks, I've been inundated with litigation on this village, on this application.
I'm not pointing fingers. I'm just saying that there are a lot of questions raised by myself and others. I think that in the future, perhaps we can, when we have such a long runway, we can get on the same page earlier and be able to have things and have our questions answered. You and I were able to talk a little bit this afternoon. That helped, but I just think that
Shall
would
I
have been
go
very
over the
helpful.
2 things that were added, Mr. Chairman?
No, I think we're fine.
You're fine? Okay.
All set? Anything
Yeah, I
else?
just want to reiterate, as our council did, that subject to means just that. Approval subject to everything being in order at the time when we review
Of course.
and when we reconvene to review. And with that, I'm happy to proceed.
All right, thank you. Hannah, do you have anything, any questions, anything to say? You're on mute, I think. We can't hear you.
No, no questions.
Okay, thank you. I could read your lips that said no, but I couldn't hear you. Bill, how about you? Any questions? I think you're on mute also.
His head
You
should-
doing- Is
his head
he on
looked
mute?
Still on mute. How about I can read the head, shaking the head no, right? Thumbs up if you're ready to go forward, thumbs down if you have a question. All right, we're going to move forward. Alan, how about you? Any comment before I propose? Okay. I'd like to propose that we approve for preliminary subdivision approval 560 Wickapog Road. Kim, do I need to make it any more complicated than that? Kim, do I need to make it any more complicated than that? All right, all in favor? Second, thank you,
It's a
Alan.
proposal.
All in favor, say aye, raise your hand.
Aye.
Let the record reflect that both on Zoom raise their hand for ayes. All right, Thank you very much, everyone. Okay?
Kim, if you can get me a copy of that, I'll have the chair sign it so we can file the written
Here,
decision.
you wanna, I'll give you this.
Okay, sure. You can do it at the end of the meeting.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Oh, I can get it tomorrow. It's easier.
Yeah, I didn't bring an extra copy. Okay.
Well, thank you. It's been a long road, and we look forward to satisfying all those open items.
Yeah, just so, there's a roadmap for the
Yeah.
next step.
Thank you.
What we're really interested in seeing is a plan, a design for that area that I mentioned earlier, which is the area between the two driveways and in front, right? Submit that,
The way I
we'll
understand
take a look at it.
Here you go, Jeff. The way I understand it is, I just want to talk about that a little bit. There seemed to be a,
Yeah,
but there seemed
okay,
to be a
good, 2
schism.
minutes.
Oh, we'll submit 2 different plans. That's what we'll
Okay,
do. I'm
just
sorry. Thank
Get
you.
us something to look at.
Got it.
So we have
Got it.
time to review it before the
Thank you
next
very
meeting.
much for this. Thank you.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is CGZ Development LLC, which is on Prospect Street.
So this is we're now in work session. This is a new application that you're seeing for the first time.
Right.
And we have some, and Lisa prepared some initial comments that were shared.
Yeah.
Good evening. For the applicant, David Gilmartin, Greenberg Trog, 2317 Montauk Highway, Bridgehampton. I don't know if you want to hear from your environmental planner first, and then from me, or I can give you a brief outline. This is
You
the
start, and then if we have,
This is
If we
the
need more
properties where the
background,
John Duck's restaurant, I'm
Yeah.
not sure what its current name or last former name, but I always know it as John Duck's. We're making an application for a 3-lot subdivision. The property is located in an R20 zoning district, and each of the lots exceeds the 20,000. I understand there's some deficiencies in the map that was prepared by our surveyor, so we'll go back and get those fixed. There's some question that was raised about the health department, but my understanding is the pre-existing flow on that should satisfy the 3 lots, but we'll provide that as we go along in the process. A final issue I think that was raised was an historic structure. It's not in a historic district, I can say that. Mr. Wallach indicates that we have to go to your AH or ARBH. I'm sorry, I'm old. I just call it an ARB. And we have to go and get some sort of determination from them that it's not a historic structure.
right. So
Which we'll do.
Yeah, until that happens, there's not much we can do here.
Right.
Right, so, happy to,
Just the last thing that I'd say, it says in this memo that we were requested to seek a determination prior. That just happened today. My correspondence with Mr. Wallach was that it may need it, right? And that was a email, I think, in middle of December. So we hadn't been advised that we had to do that till tonight, or we would have undertaken it. And I just say that because more for client relations for me. Like, we didn't miss anything.
yeah, understood. Just for the record, just so you know, anytime there's any question about that, the first step in the process, which we're carefully managing between the 3 boards, is ARB zoning first. If it needs a variance, then ARB.
Right.
And, until if those are
Right.
gating items, until those happen, there's not much we can do on the
I
planning
just didn't
board.
realize that till we
Yeah.
got this morning.
Understood.
What was it, David, the variance that you may or may not need?
We don't need a variance.
What you were just talking about, I'm sorry.
We have to go to the
This is-
ARB.
The
ARB.
ARB, okay, I'm sorry.
Architectural Review Board and Historic Preservation, whatever it is. And then I have to give you information on the health department, which
Yeah.
a little early for that, but
Right.
we can do it.
Yeah, Kim, there's, even though the original farmhouse, in my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, but even the though the original farmhouse has been added onto and is barely recognizable there, in some opinions, it's still close enough that there needs to be a ruling from the ARB whether it's a historical
Okay.
structure that needs to be preserved or not. And that'll just clear up any questions, right?
Well, the code requires that type of review for any demolition.
Yeah.
And because this particular layout is contingent upon a demolition,
Yeah.
it makes sense to have that determination.
Good. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thanks. 105 Willow Street, Bridgehampton Realty Group. Please.
So the last time I was here,
Just state your name.
my name is Christopher Burnside from Bridgehampton Realty Group.
Thank you. Sage, can you hear all right? Okay. Yeah, just have to speak into the microphone. I think you're good. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead.
So the last time I was here, I submitted a plan for subdividing 105 Willow Street into 3 parcels. One was an existing little house which has been renovated, and 2 additional 1-acre lots. When I left the meeting, there was some required landscape plan, some Board of Health documents, some drainage, and an updated surveys or whatever. So
Great.
everything has been submitted. I've made my Board of Health application. The drainage plan was actually on the original survey. I don't know how it got missed, but that hasn't changed. Everything is, as far as I know, is now completed. They changed the driveway for the
When you
back
say
lot.
drainage plan, are you referring to the contours that need to be?
Well, it's a flat lot. There was contours on the original plan, but it's flat. They didn't need it every 10 feet because it doesn't change. It's completely flat. They had asked for drainage for the driveway easement, and then they had asked for, well, that's on there. I mean, I'm doing this off of memory. I'm not sure what else you guys are looking for.
So the big question I had on this one was the septic issue that the health department flagged. That's a tough nut to crack.
No, it's not. It's, I have a letter which I submitted, which, can I hand to you? Or,
Yeah, sure.
And then here's,
Oh, I just make sure you
Somebody
get a
hands
copy.
you
and then there's the driveway. I might as well hand that to you as well.
Okay.
That was just a mistake from the, that was a mistake on the tax map that had nothing to do with anything. And
So that was the tax map issue, but wasn't there an issue of this one needing some credits?
No.
Lisa, is that?
Yeah, so I'll just, and forgive me if I missed one submission of this, but I believe this last came to us as a sketch plan approval.
That's right.
Right, so this is now a new application as a preliminary so during sketch plan approval, less information is required because they're just kind of generally agreeing to the layout, the basic layout of the plan. So now preliminary approval will actually be a binding approval. So we take a harder look at the details and the fine points of it, which is why the files are actually separate in the drive. So actually, if you had submitted stuff as part of sketch plan that would have applied, I apologize, but I didn't go back to the old file. I just looked at what was submitted with the new application. So it's possible that some of the information requested is actually in that older file that was submitted with sketch plan, and I have to go back and look at it. I don't remember what during sketch plan. As far as the comments from the health department, one of the things they raised is that this is as many things are out here in ground management zone 5, which has a minimum lot size of 40,000 square feet for density purposes. So with the subdivision of the property, the 2 new lots will meet that, but the lot with the developed house will then be under that size. it's not clear. I would presume that the intent is to use transfer of development rights credits, Pine Barrens credits, to cover the density difference, to allow that, because Suffolk County won't allow you to divide it into that size of a lot. And their letter indicated that. But my concern is that because Southampton Village doesn't have any sending credits, we get credits only through other municipalities. The village has to agree to take them, and as well as the municipal sending them has to agree to send them. And it's my understanding that the Board of Trustees has indicated that they do not want to accept transfer of development rights credits. So I've raised this just to say this is a very apparent issue that the county has now flagged and said we can't do this because of the density requirements, and I'm not clear on how it's going to be resolved. So.
And that's fine. I mean, I've been to the Board of Health. They've seen the existing house that is there is basically a 3-bedroom cottage with an old sanitary system that's basically functioning. It's been renovated, but we were going to have to, in order to get the subdivision or the Board of Health approval, we were going to have to put in a new AI system with the existing house. And an application for that would have to be made with the Board of Health. I don't think that, because it is undersized, every house along Willow and that whole area is undersized, even going down Willis. And they're all between a 1/4 acre and a 1/3 of an acre. And this house that's there existing is only 2,000 feet. So, and I'm not expanding the house.
Yeah, I mean, this has come up before on some other items in the village, and I don't think that, at least in my limited experience of a couple of years, you have much more experience, but what we've seen is that pre-existing non-conforming doesn't help with the health department. If you want to do a subdivision, any lot included in that subdivision has to meet the density requirements.
Right, but it's only, so
The
the other 2 lots that I subdivided are greater than the other 2, so we could have made.
So all 3 lots equal 120,000 square
it's
feet?
Within, like, they said 0.01%, and they'll allow it because
Okay.
it's such a small amount
Yeah.
of required
Well, let's hope that
things.
happens.
So I'm not so worried about that. If I have to buy a credit, I have to buy a credit, but I don't think it's not even a fraction of a credit that's big enough to warrant buying it.
Well, let's hope it works out. And the health department does that, but, you know,
They
until,
didn't seem to, they saw the subdivision, they reviewed it.
yeah.
Chris something, I was there and laid everything out, and this is how he told
Right.
me to handle it.
So once they give you the green light, if they do, then you should come back and we can move this forward.
But I don't think it's subject, your application is not subject to theirs, right? It's the other way around. Like, they're waiting for the approval from you before they.
To do the
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing, the issue's with the Board of Health, not you guys, right?
Yeah, but we don't approve, I mean, we haven't been approving developments that we know aren't gonna, or at least it's not clear that the health department will allow that level of density. I mean, this is really similar to.
Well, it's R20 zoning, and I'm doing 1 acre lots, right? Except one is 0.8 of an acre. 0.79.
Understood, but, you know, that, unfortunately, the health department and the village zoning don't always overlay on that issue. I mean, this is similar to what came up on that Coral Brothers development there on North Main. Yeah.
So who's the
And,
right
you know,
person?
originally, I mean, just by way of background, there's a wood shop behind that office building there, the Coral Brothers, and they originally came to the planning board to subdivide that into 3 lots, and there wasn't there was too much density, so they had to amend their application and come back and reduce the density. So we have to sort of see this play out before we can move it forward, if I'm not mistaken. Alex, does that sound right to you?
I mean, typically a final subdivision might be subject to health department
That's
approval, but we, based on the notice of incomplete application that we've seen, it might make sense to make sure
Pause.
that it's, approvable
Yeah.
based on their density requirements and doesn't require the credits like we've mentioned.
Yeah, do you
Well,
think you could
if
get
you
us?
subdivide it, right, in theory, thinking in your way of thinking. So you're saying, I have to get Board of Health approval for a subdivision, like, it seems like it's the
Yeah,
other way around, like, they're not gonna give me approval to do a sanitary system that's not, like, I can't build without the Board of Health, right?
correct.
So the subdivision, to me, it seems like is not subject to the Board of Health, it's subject to you, and then I go to Board of Health, if I can't get sanitary system approval from them, I can't build on it, right?
But I think you can get an indication from them whether they're willing to, but this, I'm just going by what we saw
Well, they
on that
accepted
north.
the application, right? They asked me to make an application now for a new sanitary system for the house. I've already designed a whole sanitary system for the house for a 6-bedroom house on the,
Is that
Just-
the health department letter in the Dropbox?
It is, and I think what the question is, the health department letter says is that they can't evaluate the density at this point. And so, but it sounds like you have some material that your design professional has since shared with the health department, so would you
it's
probably-
not the sanitary system for the vacant lots, it's for the existing house. In order for them to approve whatever it is that they're gonna require me as part of their approval process, they're gonna require me to update the sanitary system of the existing house.
Right, but the last letter you shared with us says that they can't evaluate whether this is an allowable density because there was a discrepancy about the lot line. And
Right,
so it
and-
sounds like that's something that you're going to address with them, and then they will be able to.
That's
make
been
it-
addressed, I sent you the copy of that lot line,
But
of
we
the,
didn't, yeah, but I saw that, but we didn't see what the health department came back with. Have they seen that and digested and responded?
for the tax map.
Yeah.
It was uploaded to them, I mean, they don't respond overnight, but
But then they should be, now that the tax map issue's been cleaned up, they should be able to come back to you and say, okay, we'll take a look at this, right? But before they were just saying, we're not gonna look at this until this tax map issue is settled.
I mean,
That's how I
it's like
read
we
it.
just go around in circles, but, I mean, I'll.
Oh, yeah. That's the problem.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
to me, the tax map issue seems like it's, that's clearly an error. I mean, everything else indicates that that the property has been transferred. But, I don't know how that error has occurred. But it's the second part of the note, and just in case you're looking in the Dropbox, it's notice, there's 2 notices from the health, and the first one doesn't mention it, but the second one says,
Okay, 'cause I didn't see that one first.
until
Okay.
this issue has, that, it says that, please note that please note that the subject parcel is located within groundwater management zone 5, which requires a minimum of 40,000 square foot lots or equivalent yield for a single-family residence with public water and septic systems. Until this issue has been addressed, it cannot be determined whether the site will comply with Article 6 density, the mitigation requirement, et cetera. So this is just, I'm not saying it can't be resolved, but I think that it would make sense to understand how it's going to be resolved, and I do think that if the resolution is going to be application of transfer credits, that is up to the Board of Trustees to accept, is my understanding.
What date is because I'm looking at it, I don't see I'm looking at December 18th.
There's a newer one.
12/18/25, it was uploaded. Let me see if I can just send the link to you.
But he's caught in a catch-22, because if he doesn't get a secret determination from us, they can't
can't
Oh,
process
file
I
his
think we can
application.
initiate seeker on the application. That's
Okay.
a separate matter. I'm just raising the issue for the board and to just get clarity too on what the, sorry, distracted as I'm trying to send this. All right.
Yeah, the way we've handled, we spent a lot of time in the sketch plan on this one, and I think we were pretty darn close to be able to move this through. I'd like to be able to move this through and get it to preliminary subdevelopment consideration as soon as possible. I mean, the application, I know a lot of stuff was added today, but that didn't really give the board a lot of time to review it. So in my view, it's an incomplete application. But the way we've
The only
handled,
thing that was added, the only thing I added, which I had sent digital copies, was the lot line error with the tax map.
yeah,
I just uploaded that because that was on the Board of Health, and that was sent to the Board of Health. And the,
covenants and deed restriction.
and the covenant, which I also sent to the village once I got that back, a month ago.
Yeah, but we didn't get in a Dropbox.
But I didn't give you the hard copy, yeah, it
Yeah,
wasn't.
it didn't get to the Dropbox today. And then the environmental assessment short form, has that been filled out correctly?
I
Maybe
don't know
not.
if I filled
Yeah.
that out or if Lucy
So
filled
look,
that out.
get a complete application, and I think, I agree with Lisa that the health department, at least in the one comparable to this that I've seen before recently, will give guidance on this. So, I'd like to see some guidance from the health, right? The guidance from the health department on whether they're gonna, how they're gonna look at this now that, you've removed the tax map gating issue for them. And then,
So I have
come
to
back
get a
and-
letter from the health department saying, now here's the tax map. Now, do you see any problem issuing a permit? I think they're waiting for the secret from you guys, right? To get my application to the next portion with the sanitary systems.
I know how it worked with that other one on North Main,
Mhm.
and, the guidance, the health department gave guidance, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, I think what the board is looking for is clarity about what the health department procedure is, because we want to make sure this isn't relying on a process that can't be completed because it involves purchase and redemption of credits. But I think what the board could do in the interim is declare themselves lead agency, classify the action as an unlisted action, and that perhaps at the following meeting, we can address a secret determination that will allow them to move forward with the health department. And probably the updated correspondence from the health department, as these issues have been addressed, will give the board some clarity about how this can move forward.
Yeah,
You made
thanks.
yourself the lead agency at the preliminary.
There's no lead agency for sketch plan. This is a new application.
Sketch plan doesn't require seeker because it's not a binding decision. What I would ask is that, I think that's fine to proceed with and aim for determination at the next meeting. I don't think the secret determination needs to be bound by what the health department determines in this case, because the issue will be resolved one way or another in that process. I just think that issue should be, the path there should be known before decision, so that if it needs to be referred to the Board of Trustees, it can be. There were some errors in the EAF. I marked it up, and it's attached to that memo. There's a mapper. Most of them were just things that were auto-populated. No, I just would like it to be accurate, so that then that's the foundational document that then the part 2 and 3 are done on top of. So if you could resubmit that with the corrected answers, that would be helpful.
I think that's good advice, right?
So you sent something that's in the,
It's in, Alice has been uploaded to Dropbox.
Yeah.
That's
It's
right.
in
Yep,
there.
it's on the Dropbox.
Your-
I don't know if Lucy is on, but you have access to that.
Yeah, your markup is
Yeah.
in there, in the public,
Correct.
public
So
version.
Yep, and I sent you a link to
Attached-
it this afternoon.
Yeah, so attached to the memo, there is the seeker. I just marked it up in
she's,
blue beam.
Lucy's saying she raised my hand on Zoom, tell him to allow me to talk.
Okay.
So she
okay.
can talk, but she's gotta take her, she's gotta
Self
go off
off
mute.
mute.
It looks like she's still on mute there.
I'll tell her, take it.
Did you just want to note that member Di is off the Zoom now?
Yeah.
Oh, there she is.
There she is.
Hi, how are you?
Good, hi.
This is Liu. I'm the architect and then also the filing applicant for this project at Health Department. Before we started this application, I went there to sit with the reviewer. What he's telling me is that each individual lot size is not important. The most important, the whole group, all three together. All three together, we have 117. So we shy 3,000. And it doesn't matter, 2 lots are bigger, 1 lot is smaller. And they just look at the total of the lots. And then he's telling me because what we shy is so small, the chances are that they're not going to ask us for TDR, because what they're asking the TDR is very small, so small. So that the reason that they raised the flag, so we had the NOI from Health Department for a few times. Only this time they talk about the lot size. It's because they thought that the lot is smaller than 117, because the 1981 tax map missing a corner. So like if you look at the map on the small lot, it sticks towards west in the back, like a little finger stick out towards left. And that part was not on the 1981 map. So if that's missing, then what we're missing is a lot more. That's why they want us to correct it. And I talked to the realty department at the house, at the county, and that lady provided the letter to tell the house department the 1981 map is wrong. The lot is indeed 117,000, blah, blah. And then I think Chris just got the letter, and then I don't think he submitted fast enough or didn't upload it promptly. But what I'm going to tell you is that I think from my conversation, because I did go there and I see them in person, we sat down. The guy said he cannot guarantee it, but from his past experience, this missing this little bit do not need a TDR. And if they do need TDR, we'll have to buy it, but it was so small, it's less than a point or something, tiny. I don't have it in front of me, how many, but it's very, very little.
Lucy, did they direct you to apply for a variance at the health department?
No, they said if they need it, they would direct me. So far, they haven't really figured out the lot size yet.
Right, but it sounds like once they verify the lot size, they'll direct you to apply for a variance?
Yes.
Okay.
They either ask me to do DTR or they say it's so small, it's fine.
Right.
Thank you for the clarification, that's helpful.
I was like, keep on raising your hand and nobody pay attention to me. I used the Zoom, used to have a comment section, and I click the comment and I type, I said, I need to talk. But this time I couldn't find that comment section. So the people who does the media, please next time there is a little comment place where the panelists can ask to be talked to.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So look, I'm happy to make a resolution to declare the planning board as lead agency for this tonight, but I think that we need to see this health department issue develop a little bit more, right? You know, we can move forward on the things that Alex explained in the meantime, while the health department is figuring out what they're going to do here, and you know, we can get it done, but we can't move it forward until we get some guidance. We can't have a vote on preliminary subdevelopment until we know what the health department's going to do.
And, and to clarify, I think when we had this as a sketch plan, it was classified as a minor subdivision, so I think that would make this the final lease. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this would be final
Yeah.
approval.
So
Okay, so it sounds like if you want to make that motion to declare lead agency as an unlisted action, and then we'll work on a secret classification for the next time. And in the meantime, you'll continue to make progress with the health department, so we'll move forward concurrently.
okay, thank you. Motion to declare the planning board
Lead agency.
lead agency.
I can second that.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Okay.
4 ayes.
Anything else? All right, well, thank you.
In the meantime, do we want
Do
to
you need these
adjourn this to
updated
the next meeting?
surveys? I made,
It's in the,
these are
I
all the
think it's in the
7.
Dropbox, right?
If those are
These are
the
the
hard
7
copies, I'll take them for
hard
the
copies.
file.
And then you've got the other.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so I believe our next meeting is scheduled for March 2nd. We want to adjourn this to that date?
Yeah.
Okay.
let's-
Lisa, do you have everything you need? And Lucy will get us those corrected environmental assessment forms. And so hopefully that'll be what we'll use
All right,
for
so
the next meeting.
Yeah, if you can get
Alex,
that
you want a
in, then I
motion?
can use that and can let me know
So,
that's.
so I might suggest that the board adjourn the work session to the March 2nd
Yeah,
meeting.
motion to adjourn Bridgehampton Realty Group, 105 Willow Street, to our next scheduled meeting, which is March the
Second.
2nd. Yep.
Second.
Second, all in favor? Aye. Thank you.
And while we're at the previous case, I think we also want to adjourn that to the March 2nd meeting. We didn't set a specific date.
Yeah,
Which
we
one is
can.
that, Alex? I'm sorry.
CGZ
Okay,
CGZ Development
okay, thank you.
Yeah, all right. So just to,
for Gilmart.
Yeah,
He's
just-
getting organized.
just to allow them to get organized, motion to adjourn 15 Prospect Street, CGZ Development, to our next meeting on March 2nd as well. Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, and Hannah was an aye too, okay.
Anna's eye. That was a machine.
Next on the agenda. Yeah, yeah, next on the agenda is 659 Hill Street.
So this is also a new application on for work session as a lot line amendment.
Good evening, Carl Benacasa, 860 Montauk Highway, Watermill, New York, for the applicants. As Alex mentioned, this is a small lot line modification. These are two neighbors. Lot 1 is 659 Hill Street, and it currently exists with a lot area of 14,000. Can you hear me, or?
Yeah, just checking which one, okay.
Okay, sure. Currently exists with a lot area of 14,365 square feet. And Lot 2, 649 Hill Street, exists with a lot area of 60,124 square feet. Both are in the R20 zoning district. Accordingly, Lot 1, 659 Hill Street, is non-conforming. And Lot 2, 649 Street, is conforming in excess of the minimum, far in excess of the minimum lot area. The neighbors have discussed, and they are currently in contract to purchase a portion of the land that's subject today. That contract subject on this lot line modification. So I am representing the owners of 649 Hill Street on that transaction, and pursuant to the contract, I speak for all four applicants at this juncture. The proposal is to transfer the shaded area on the survey, which amounts to 3,835 square feet of land, from Lot 2, 649 Hill Street, to Lot 1, 659 Hill Street. The resulting lots, Lot 1 would therefore have a proposed lot area of 18,200 square feet, reducing its nonconformity. Lot 2 would have a resulting lot area of 56,289 square feet, again, maintaining conformity with lot area. There's really not much to this beyond that. This is there's been a very cordial process between the neighbors, and I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
So the owners of Lot 2 are?
George and Anna.
Which is the lot in the northwest corner of my,
Oh, you have I can.
this-
I'd like to see that. So, Lot 2 is right here.
sorry, if you're gonna talk
Put
there,
it
you
up.
have to talk, sit down and talk in the microphone, please.
Also, can we put it onto the screen?
Sure.
Yeah, to put it right underneath that.
See.
I'm gonna do it upside down for the screen.
Yeah,
No, I
facing you.
Let's see.
Facing you.
Yep,
Hasn't come up yet.
upside down to you.
Yeah.
So,
It hasn't
Lot
come
2
up
is the
yet.
larger lot.
Just wait 1 second until it comes up.
Yeah.
All
just
right,
wait
all right,
till
go
it
ahead.
comes up.
Okay, yeah.
2 is on Hill Street, and 1 is at the back.
Lot 2 is the larger lot to the east, and Lot 1 is the smaller lot to the west.
Can you
Lot-
point to that again? Because we just
Sure.
finally got it.
Lot 2 is this larger lot, actually comes all the way down here.
Mm-hmm.
Lot 1 is this small lot up here, it has a right-of-way over Lot 2. But this is the smaller lot, which will result in a more conforming lot once the shaded area here is transferred through this lot line modification from Lot 2 to Lot 1.
Got it.
And you don't need any variances.
No, we are increasing conformity, so I don't think we would need variances.
Alex, Lisa, any comments on this?
Are you able to tell from the survey the approximate depth of that lot number 2? Is a little bit hard to read on my copy.
The depth of Lot 2?
Yeah.
193. Do you mean the length of it or the depth,
Sorry, yeah,
the
length-
distance from the
The
street?
depth from Hill Street to the rear, the deepest part of the property line.
So the lot is 38 feet from Hill Street. And then is it Lot 2 or Lot 1 you're looking at, that you're curious about?
I think it's labeled as Lot 2.
Okay, so the depth of this from Hill Street to the rear line is a total of 380 feet, linear feet.
Okay, understood. I think that there was a question about the zoning ordinance. The R40 district extends 400 feet from Hill Street at this location.
So we're sure both of these are in the R20.
These are in the R20.
Sorry, R40 on Hill Street.
R20 we had.
This is the confusion I have on this, because last time we looked at this,
Yeah.
I thought this was split between R20 and
And
R40,
R40.
and that caused some of the problems.
We understood it to be in the R20. If it's the R40, it doesn't actually change the calculus. One becomes more conforming, and one is still conforming as a result.
Yeah, I believe all of the properties fronting on Hill Street are R40.
I'll confirm that.
Yeah.
I'm happy to, Alex.
But yeah, it'd be great just to correct that for the record.
I'll correct that, but again, it doesn't change the analysis.
So-
The resulting lots would be, one would be more conforming, and one would maintain its conformity.
Yeah, so then, Alex, that means that Lot 1 would be in an R40 district, right?
I believe that that's true. That's why I just want to confirm those things.
And Lot 2 in a
R40.
R40. I had looked, but we'll defer to the village on where its zoning map.
And I mean, this looks like a flag lot to me, right?
It's not actually, there's no flag pole. It's a landlocked parcel that benefits from a right-of-way.
And how is that different from a flag lot?
The flag lot, the parcel itself actually has a flagpole portion to the road.
You would never willingly create a lot like this now, but it's there.
It's there, yes,
It's
yeah.
there, because it doesn't have the lot itself has 0 street frontage.
It doesn't, that's right.
Okay. And that right-of-way is there now also, but it's only 13 feet wide.
Yes,
That's
that's
another
correct.
issue.
Well, I don't think an issue that would certainly come into play with this lot line modification, but as Lisa said, if you had been creating this lot today, you would have done it quite differently.
Oh, yeah. So, what are we actually trying to do here?
We're giving a piece of land to the smaller lot.
That's it.
That's it. The shaded area is going from one lot, which has area to give under the zoning ordinance, to another lot, which has a lack of area. So the resulting would be more conforming with your zoning code.
It's
Not
about
increasing,
4,000
it's
square
not
feet.
increasing density at all. Sorry?
You're giving about 4,000 square feet, right? So lot 1.
3,900,
39.
yeah.
So the ultimate intention here is really for the owners of the lot closer to Hill Street, right, to sell to the smaller lot 1, 3 to 4,000
Yeah, they've
square
developed
feet
a
of
relationship
property.
over time, and the owners of Lot 2 were interested in subdividing their property, but they don't have the lot width to do that.
Correct.
So that was an analysis we did, so they sort of sat with it there. They had talked about it with the neighbor, and then the neighbor approached them and said, we'd be interested if you could
I
do this.
understand.
They said, can we do this? I said, that's a lot line modification, and here we are.
I gotcha. Okay.
So you're not creating an additional lot.
Yeah, no, I understand.
There's no increase in density.
Yep.
It's just giving that box to them.
And there's no change in conformity to Lot 2. It'll still conform.
Yeah.
Whether it's R40 or R20.
So Lot 1 will then be more conforming for a very non-conforming lot.
So the result of this would be decreasing nonconformity or increasing conformity, however you want to put it.
Going both ways.
Both ways, either way.
And just for reference for secrets, lot line modifications are a type 2 action, so,
This is a type 2?
yeah.
Okay. So we've got to declare ourselves.
Nope, so
Nope,
no.
you don't have to do
secret review
anything.
required.
Type 2.
You're done.
Okay.
You're
So-
done. Just stating is enough.
So next steps would be, we can,
Well, I think it may be helpful if we could add the zoning boundary to the survey to clarify that. What was previously submitted to this board shows that a small portion of the property is split zone because the line is 400 feet from Hill Street and it's a bit deeper than 400 feet. So if we could clarify that point, but it doesn't change the conformity of the lots. If the planning board needed any other information, we could decide to schedule a public hearing if we decided that's the next step.
yeah, okay. Do you have any-
I will certainly add that. Is there a mechanism to waive the public hearing, given there's no increase in density or?
I think when we looked this up in the past, it's a type of subdivision, and I don't think subdivision allows us to do that, but we could look into it. I seem to remember we had looked this up before and ended up having to hold the public hearing, because I think the code required it.
If the code requires it. I would just be on the record that if there is a mechanism for waiving it, we would request a waiver.
Understood. Okay, so you'll resubmit
With the zoning,
with the
split
zoning there, and I can make that, how long do you,
We have to do we have to say we don't have to do a review. Schedule it here as quickly as possible. It has zero consequence.
yeah, do you want
There's
to,
other issues of zero consequence.
do you want to schedule the hearing for March 5th? Can you get notices in?
Certainly.
March
March
2nd.
2nd.
March 2nd, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we'll get it out. As Mr. McFarland noted, whether the zoning is whatever it is, it's not going to impact this, so. Yeah, if you'd like to schedule this for March 2nd, a public
Yeah,
hearing.
so I think we can
Yeah.
do that,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, so a motion to schedule a hearing for this on March 2nd.
Second.
Thank all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. Okay, 865 Merrick, which is 22 Windmill, is held over to we've already held that over to March 2nd.
And in the meantime, they've submitted some new information, so that's been distributed to the board
Yep.
members. At least you have a copy as well, so we'll be able to continue that work session on March 2nd.
Great.
Progress.
All right. East End Holdings.
So this is also on for work session. This is the first time you're seeing this as a site plan, although you've seen it as a lot line amendment.
Yeah, this is. I know, I hate. A former mayor said, this lot got him elected. That was his rhetoric, that's what he announced. He said, the agony and the awful things that were done by regulated boards of the village got him elected mayor. He told me that in English.
Oh, this is the former office holder?
Several mayors, he's just said, the agony on this lot, given the guy who's no longer practicing in the village, and the testimony in both directions by some local architect got him elected. That's what he told me. And he made me walk him from the village hall to his shop to tell me that. And he said, I'm happy to tell somebody who's my enemy. And I said, your enemy? He said, yeah. You didn't vote for me. I said, you have no idea how I voted. It was a very serious discussion on his part about this courtyard on Job's Lane.
And the voting came up, it reminds me of what a famous politician once said to me in person, I have no idea why I lost that election. Everyone that I spoke to said they voted for me.
All right, it's all yours.
That's a
Mr.
pretty,
Bennett.
thank you. We submitted a site plan application for what amounts to 3 separate buildings, but they are joined in effect because there are 0. You can have either, in the village, you can have either a 0 lot line or you can have a 15-foot lot line. Hopefully you have the plans, and presumably at an appropriate time you'll set up a public hearing for it. I was able, Alex and Lisa got me Lisa's report. I just had a couple of, which is pretty basic. Thankfully says that it's, that is, refer the site plan for detailed engineering review, which should happen. And I think you have to do that, and I would ask that the board do that. I guess there's somebody right at H2M that you work with, Lisa, your engineer right there, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that, if we could get.
Mike Keffer will review the plans.
Oh, that's right, so if we could get that going, as per Lisa's recommendation. The only item that, again, and I appreciate, I'm not complaining because I appreciate you getting this out quickly, but the only item reviewed, did you say, the planning board did give a 3-lot, did the lot line rearrangement on that, you might want to add that.
Okay.
Yeah. The only question that I would have on it is, for now, in terms of process, we did submit a full long-form EAF, but my reading of the seeker regulations is that since this is a facility, notice what it says, a facility, where we're adding less than 4,000 square feet of area. I don't expect you or council or Lisa to have a response to my position on this evening, but I just wanted to, I think we should talk about it. Is the expansion of a non-residential facility involving less than 4,000 square feet of gross floor area is under the state seeker regulations of type 2 action. Now, the only reason I bring that to everyone's attention, I filed a long form. The only concern that I have is from the classification is a timing one, because if it's a type 2 action, there's no need for any sort of coordination.
Hey,
The
John, I can't hear you. You had your
Oh,
hand-
I'm so sorry. I'm
got
sorry.
your hand in front of your mouth.
I apologize. There's no need for any coordination of any type, any secret. There's no secret impact on it. I'm loath to agree that it's an unlisted action because it raises something for somebody to contest when under seeker, and I don't think there's anything to do that. I think it would be arbitrary, capricious, and totally strange to require anything other than a long form. I don't see anybody under any circumstances giving this thing a positive declaration. There's about 4,500 square feet of area put to retail use now. We're adding about 3, so we're under the 4,000. But I think we have to struggle with that because I'm hesitant to agree that something that I see as a type 2 is an unlisted action. Having said that, we did file a long form EAF, so I would just ask council and Lisa and Alex to think about that, and I'd be more than happy to give them further
Can I ask you a question, John?
information. Yes, certainly.
What's the total existing square footage right now?
Existing square footage lot coverage is 4829.
48. That's total ground floor, everything?
Total ground floor.
That's
area.
great. And then that's existing, what's proposed?
And the proposed, which is a 2 stories, is 5,025.
5,000. That's lot coverage, right? Footprint?
That's in footprint and second floor.
So
That's
what's
first
your
and
gross,
second,
what's,
okay.
I think, but you need 2 questions answered.
No, I'm
One
trying
is
to-
lot coverage, and the other one is actual usable floor area.
Yeah, I'm
Is
just
that
trying to
what it
subtract the 2 so
Yeah.
I can check out that subsection 9 you were just mentioning about the less than 4,000. My math
Yeah,
is
and
not
I've got
very
it open
good.
on my computer right now.
Okay.
I can send you the link to that too. My interpretation is that the section refers, in this case, the building's being knocked down, so I don't regard it as an expansion of a structure. It's a new structure, and it's over 4,000 square feet, so
Okay.
that makes it unlisted. That doesn't make it major, it just means it's not on the list. They made the cutoff 4,000 and not 6,000 square
Okay.
feet. That would be my interpretation
Okay.
of it.
Yeah, I've heard that determination from municipalities before. If you remember, these are supposed to be construed to my favor. That's what the law says. Because it only makes sense because what you're looking at is the effect of the additional square footage, which is why the section reads expansion of a non-residential facility involving less than 4,000 square feet of gross floor area. Because what you're looking at is what is the difference in what was proposed. The A or B approved it. It has the demolition approval. But I don't want to spend too much time. And that's really something that Lisa and Kim and I can provide, and Alex, I can provide, the additional authorities that I have on that. I don't think anyone's going to pause deck this thing. I mean, I think that would be arbitrary and capricious. I did submit a long form EAF, but I just don't like agreeing to what I see as a misclassification of seeker. But we can work through that. I don't want to bore everybody with it now. It's more of a technical staff and lawyer thing, if that's okay.
Kim, just to correct, the proposed lot coverage is 5,025.
Okay, thank
On
you.
on the ground level, basically.
How about the
Okay.
usable floor area? Well, we'll get Kim all those numbers.
Thank you.
But then if you could send it to, Lisa's firm for an engineering review, that'd be great. Move it along. The one thing, we have a position on parking. We think based upon the grandfathering sections, we don't need any additional parking. It's interesting, this is probably the only application in the village on Job's Lane and Hill Street where we've actually been able to add more parking spaces. What is this?
That's the village's.
The denial letter.
Denial letter.
Oh, yeah, no, we have this into Chris.
Yeah.
We're in effect asking Chris to look at this, and so we haven't received anything back from Chris. The first round, one of the inspectors said.
This is the objection to the objection.
Yeah, this is the objection to the objection. Yeah, exactly. So we're still waiting to hear from that. I don't think it's, what that would mean is if Chris agrees with the other building inspector, you go into the zoning board of appeals for a variance for about 5 or 6 spaces.
Actually, down here, Chris has said that 6 parking spots are added, and any additional parking fee would be covering that.
What are you saying?
I'll read it to you. It says,
When did you receive this?
This was part of the Dropbox today I received.
I think, are you looking at the original denial letter?
Yeah, the original denial letter is, I think the original denial letter says we need 6 more spaces. I don't think Chris has acted on this
I think
yet.
it says you're providing 6 and you're short 4. I
Or
think is
something
what
like
it-
that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
The
4.
applicant may
We asked
apply
Chris
for a
to, we asked
waiver.
Chris to look at it again. I don't think he has. I don't think he has. I thought that was too good to be true.
No, he's basically says applicant could possibly apply for payment of off-street parking spaces.
Yeah, which we will do
Yeah.
if Chris agrees
That's right.
with the other building inspector. That's fine. But
And
I don't think that should hold anything up.
Where they've applied to the zoning board for a waiver and they've
Yeah.
paid into a fee rather than providing on site. So
Yeah.
you're
Oh,
familiar
you've
with
already
I heard
applied, you've already made that application, or you?
No, because we don't agree with the
Oh, okay, I
building
got it.
inspector's interpretation. We need
Okay.
4 more spaces. I don't think it's a great moment because we'll go to that would be very consistent with variances that were granted. But having said that, I think it's great, pretty unique, an application on Main Street and Job's Lane that we're actually adding 6 on-site parking spaces. I don't think I've seen that.
We're the
long
only
time.
actually property on Job's Lane South that is providing parking
Yeah.
on its property.
So my understanding is that the only potential variance is these 4 spaces,
Parking,
right?
exactly.
There are no other
And,
variances.
and the,
First
and the
and-
truck loading, which is
Excuse
part
me,
of
the
it.
truck
yeah.
loading, I'm sorry.
And you're still waiting for a final.
From Chris.
From Chris, right?
This
And
is-
if Chris says you need 4 spaces,
Oh, go to the
it's
ZBA.
easy enough to get, well,
Then you have to go to the ZBA.
Yeah.
And get the variance, which, what is it, 8,000 a space now?
If they grant a waiver, yes.
Yeah, okay.
To be contrasted with the prior iteration of this from some time ago, which gave rise to some of Alan's commentary and colloquy, which did need variances. It was a bigger building, yeah.
Got it.
So I really pushed the client to get within
Now, everything's as of right.
everything as of right, other than the issue of those parking spaces. So ARB said it can come down. You guys approved the rejiggering of the lots because many, many years ago there was a house there. That's why the lots looked strange. And we're here for you now for site plan.
It's gonna, years ago when this first came up, there was gonna be, was not gonna be any occupancy on the second floor. The second floor gonna, what's the plan now?
Offices.
Offices,
It's
yes.
offices still, it's not residential.
You know,
Okay.
it's a little bit unfortunate in my own humble opinion, but
just
it's the
asking-
way, without a sewer system,
asking
you can't do that. You can't get
I'm
there.
asking, given the 13-year, whatever his old plan, long-term plan for the village, which was constructed under the leadership of one of the attendees in this discussion. That was the recommendation. Anyway, the second floor could be residential, it should be.
I don't think any
Well,
reasonable
subject
person
to sewer
disagrees with
coming
you.
to the village,
It just, you
sewer
can't,
treatment coming to the village, we would have that option, yes.
if you, every piece of property has a designated wastewater flow.
Hey, I know the problem.
You know
I
it,
just
Joe.
asked whether
Alan?
this effort is intending to solve the problem or whether it's just gonna be offices. Answer, offices, thank you.
Yeah,
But
I would note
they
two
would have-
quick things. I was gonna say that if it would need a special exception,
Oh, that's right, yeah.
for the
For
use as
var-
residential.
yeah.
I agree that residential would be wonderful there. If there was a sewer, the septic can't be accommodated,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Oh.
But the village is supposedly working on it.
No, I know. Everybody would love to do that, I think so. I think it would be a real wonderful boon to the community, but you can't.
It was said to me by direct knowledge that in the former application, not by you, but by the property owner, that was X years ago, that the village was going to do something, I will say, similar to providing a solution just down the street to enable Shippies to resuscitate. They were going to provide access to part of the parking lot for plumbing in advance of the sewer being put in order that it be housing. And I was a former administration, goes way back. That was communicated verbally to the then planning board. And it has no relevance now. And that's why I asked if you are still doing the second floor. You've answered the question. The second floor is offices. End of discussion.
I have a question.
The whole groundwater management study of Suffolk County is based upon 1 acre per unit. And many years ago, on a variance application to the Board of Review and the Health Department, I said, if you look at the village of Southampton with 3 acre zoning, right? And 2 acre zoning, 3 acre zoning, it's a much more protective, in effect, groundwater management zone than your own zone. They didn't want to hear it. Because think of all the parcels of the village that are zoned 3 acre, 2 acre. They didn't want to hear it. They didn't care.
The property is also located in the arts and culture overlay, so it could be artist live-work housing, if the health department were to allow it one day.
I understand.
Just
I was
put it
curious,
out there.
do these plants, I was just looking for the pathway back to the
Oh,
parking.
yeah, it's there. It's 5
Is it there?
feet. Yeah,
Okay,
it's
and
there.
is there lighting? Can you tell us a little bit about the
Yes.
current
However you
state
want
of
us to
that,
do that.
what
There
we
is
can see?
lighting
It's
all
which,
along it, and we've specified the type
what
of
number?
light.
You said E?
It's
No, but I'd like to see.
E1.3.
Okay.
And that's voluntary. You guys
Yeah.
all know how I feel about
Last,
to-
public access.
So there's gonna
Thursday
be-
from last.
Walk us through that, literally. Tell me about that, the path.
Say again?
Tell me about the path at this point.
It's a path to get from Job's Lane back to parking in the
No,
back.
but lighting at,
Yes.
You want it lit?
on the
Lighting
ground
through
or
it,
whatever?
Sconces, right? It says gooseneck sconces.
Yeah, I just want, so there's no, but there is a floor plan.
Yes,
But however you want it done.
Yeah. Okay, so that's still in discussion.
so you can see it on the elevation, actually, A2.2, the side elevation in the alleyway, that we have night sky adherent sconces on the side wall, 3 of them in the walkway.
Okay.
And then in the back courtyard, we have plenty of other lighting. The specifications for all the lighting are listed in the.
But I mean, if
Page
Lisa or
E1.0.
engineering have any thoughts on that, we'd welcome it. That's not a rule.
Actually, page E1.0 is a plan of the electric plan for the lighting in the alleyway
Okay, see
and
that.
in the rear courtyard.
Yeah. And the opening is simply that, no door, there's an
Yes,
open
no
all the way
door.
through on,
It's an
okay.
opening,
Mhm.
yes, no door.
Do you step, is it flat from the?
It's flat, and when it gets to the parking, we are introducing a ramp.
But from the elevation in the front, looks like there's a slight, like maybe an elevation a little bit or
there is,
something?
I mean,
Uh,
Job's Lane being.
But it'll be a flat from the sidewalk through without stepping down or, so, for example, a wheelchair, everything would, okay.
Exactly. Both in the front and the back,
Mhm.
which are accessible.
Job's in its
So I'm looking, I didn't understand that. So I'm looking at the rendering.
No,
looks like
it's like an alleyway.
It's not, it's just the front
page
rendering.
16.
And then the
That
back
looks like a
one.
step there.
No,
It's
it's
not
not
a
a
step.
step, it's a ramp.
It's a
But
ramp.
being in an
Mhm.
elevation, it shows as a step, but it's a sloped
Okay.
brick ramp.
So, I'm sorry. Did
It
you have
looks like
other
it's
questions?
lifted, it's just, it's a funny little look, just that there's that airspace in between the wall and the next building, so I just wanted to, it looks like it
There is-
steps, but it's,
Specifically, there's no step over it, it's ramp.
okay.
So the ramp is basically an east-west or along Job's
Well,
Lane.
there is
Orientation.
a ramp from the parking, because there's a bigger change of elevation from parking to the plaza in the back.
Yeah, I want to get to that.
That is a much bigger ramp that adheres to the handicap accessible dimensions and so on. The one on Job's Lane is a much smaller ramp. It's about 6-7 inches of elevation change that traverses that.
And is that illustrated somewhere clearly?
There is no step, so we haven't, on the floor plans, we have not shown any steps. It just shows a continuous
I'm on I'm on A4,
A, so,
A4.0. Sorry, I didn't mean to hijack your.
so
Okay,
again,
I'll hold
like
on
say
my- I'll
on
hold
the
on my
elevation
questions.
A2.1, you can see there's no step over
Mhm.
there.
Well, okay, let me just get to there.
A2.1 elevation.
Yeah, but that doesn't really show the,
Or better
Ramp.
yet, actually, A2.2 is a section through that alleyway. And you can see connects without a A2.2.
2.1 is here.
But if Lisa,
an 8.2.
That doesn't
So
show
here's
it.
my
if you wanna
question. Here's my
better
question. On A4.0.
describe, obviously, whatever you want us to do.
I see there where the slope is indicated,
Mm-hmm.
right? But, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but that is only 6 feet wide, right? So you've got 7 inches of slope going on and 6 feet of width, right? Is that what you said?
It's more than 6 inches, basically, from the property line to the slope is, we're talking about 10 feet.
The back.
So from the
In the back.
property line, I see, to the side of the building is
To the-
10?
Not to the side of the, but to the archway that where the slope basically ends and it's flat, it's about 10 feet distance.
That's from the front of the Is that,
And the
We can-
drop
we
is
can-
not even 6 inches, it's
you mean
even
the
less than
is the
that.
archway kicked back from the street
Yes,
line?
the
That's- I
archway is
think
kicked
the
back.
the archway is set back from
I
the street line,
understand.
yeah.
Mhm.
But the ramp for handicap access to the back
Oh, in the back. Oh.
goes from Job's Lane up to that walkway?
back
No,
of
no,
the
no, no,
front.
no.
It goes,
That ramp, actually, let me show you.
that's the hard time
That's-
I'm trying to
that's
picture
what
the
you're looking
orientation
for,
on here,
yes.
because it's not clear.
So if you
Okay,
go
well, let's
to,
make it clear however you want.
let me see, I should have something for you.
Lisa, if you want to illustrate that in a different way, just let us know, and that's what we'll do, or Mark, or Alan, or Emma. or-
Yeah, so that
So
gets,
if you look page A3.3, the top drawing, section D, that's the section to the plaza, and then you can see beyond in a dotted line, the ramp, ADA compliant ramp, is dotted.
but section D is the rear of the building, correct?
Section D is the rear of the building.
You're
Mark's trying
looking
to
at
understand
E?
the front.
I'm trying to understand the
Yeah.
front first. So how do I get from the curb or the sidewalk on Job's Lane through
the
that
pathway.
archway if I'm
Pathway.
handicapped?
Is it wide enough for a wheelchair, the archway? And an
5 feet.
attendant with
And-
them,
and-
or
and-
whatever?
I mean, the proposed east elevation on 2.2 shows that.
2.1. 2.2 is a little confusing because we don't see the arch. Oh,
You
okay, on the
see the
side.
section to the arch.
Mark's trying to figure out how you get from the sidewalk
Right.
up to the
So-
ramp, up to the walkway to the back.
So this is a section to
Right.
the sidewalk.
I'm not saying that I can see it either, I'm just saying
Yeah.
that's what you're trying
So
to do.
the brick is going to meet the sidewalk
Yes,
grade.
the brick is going to meet the sidewalk.
Mark, is that what you're asking? So
Sloping up
the
to
brick
it?
is going to be flush with the existing sidewalk on Job's
So
Lane?
then it slopes up from the sidewalk
Yes,
to the
yes.
walkway back.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
And since it's a lot less elevation change than in the back, it doesn't need to be much of
With
a.
that, now it makes sense to me. Can we illustrate that a little more clearly?
I can give you exact dimensions of the slope.
Let's just put it in another sheet.
So that sort of opens the door to my next series of questions. So on the ground floor is intended to be retail space that has the basement,
Mhm.
Correct.
and then upstairs are offices. Right? And then as I move to the back of the building, I've got if I exit out the back of the building, I'm basically below the existing parking
Correct.
lot back there. So I can see that, and then it steps up. So if I'm coming from the parking lot, I want to enter, because I'm handicapped, I want to enter the rear of the building. Walk me through how I do that?
Sure. So let's go to page A1.1. Third or fourth page, fourth or fifth page, fifth page. A1.1.
Right.
So on the upper right-hand corner of the drawing, you can see a handicap parking over there.
Right.
Okay. Next to it, to the top of it is the ramp for the handicap,
Wait a second.
basically
A1.1.
unloading. And that is
You know what would
basically,
help if we could have that on our screen, we could follow your finger, because there's so many plans and we're trying to, can we do that? Get a picture of that on the screen for us? Thank you. Because you're on this page, look, right? A1.1.
Yeah.
So we need to understand it.
so, okay.
Okay, good.
So right there is the handicap parking,
Right.
and the offloading of the handicap, right there, 5 feet. That's on the same line as the ramp, which is right where my finger is, that's the ramp.
Mhm.
That goes, travels downwards towards the elevation of the plaza, and then you enter the plaza elevation and the walkway on the side all the way to Job's Lane. And from this plaza, you have access both to the retail stores on the ground floor and separate entrances for the offices upstairs, to upstairs.
So I'm looking at A3.3. And I can see, right, I can see the dotted line there
Yes.
that I'm assuming is that handicap
Right.
ramp. But there's, where the handicap ramp meets the, so basically to
The
the
plaza.
west of the ramp, right? There would have to be a rail on that ramp, correct?
There is a wall actually, yes, there's,
So it's a high wall,
it's a high wall. yes.
which, do I
Here's
see
the
that?
ramp. Look, this is
I-
it.
so that is
There's
that,
a planter there.
that's the brick planter
That's a brick
retaining wall with
planter,
drainage in the
exactly.
bottom. Now I understand. See, so ramp,
I think this is the
wall.
little ramp right here.
Correct, and
But
that's
why,
on
it's
the-
confusing with stairs. What
Well,
is it a
so-
ramp? Wait.
So here are the stairs, right? So here's the ramp, right? Brick planter right there, and then you've got the stairs here.
Oh, okay. Okay,
But- So the
okay.
part that's confusing to me is I come down the ramp, right, and I'm moving to the left of that page, and then I see the grade or the bricks slope up for eased access to building, right? And then
Just
where's the
question.
building grade, the floor there? Right, so,
This area is
can you go to A 3.3?
3.3.
Yeah, right there.
Mhm.
Okay. So I see, you see in section D where right to the, right there.
Mhm.
And you'll see a little 20.3 there, right
Yep.
there in the corner. But,
Mhm.
so what is happening behind that wall there?
Behind-
What, so to the left of 20 plus 20.3,
Yes.
that
Is it-
structure right there is what I can't
Right here.
figure out.
Okay, so
This,
Yeah.
I can't figure
so
out
if you
what that is.
look
I
at
can't really
the
read that.
rear of the building on elevation on page A2.1, this is the rear elevation right here. So we have a series of doorways and a series of three display areas. So that section that you said you can't understand is cut through one of the display areas. But right adjacent to that, you have a pair of doors. One of those doors is for the retail, the other one is for the office,
Mhm.
at the same elevation.
So the window between the two doors is for the retail, and those
Correct.
two brick, are those columns that are
Those are,
proud
uh,
of the rear
It's a
facade?
facade treatment, yes.
And that's what I'm actually seeing on,
Correct. So on that section, section D, you're seeing a section through the display area. This is this.
And that's the back, you know, and that's the front.
hang on, just let me get there a second.
The back. Where you saw the three.
Well, so, I got it now. All right. So it's effectively a flat grade from
Correct.
where your finger is into that doorway,
Correct.
right? And what I'm looking at is that display.
And the doorway is actually
S-
set back,
Now I
which
understand.
actually gives you a less of a pitch.
I understand.
going into the
Yeah, I got you. Yes, sir. Okay, all right, I understand. Thank you. Yep, no worries. I think we're good. Bruce, yeah, and Hannah's still here, so we still have a quorum. Right, so Alan unfortunately has to leave.
We don't have quorum when Alan leaves, because only the
It has to
board
be 3 in person.
in person for quorum purpose.
What are you looking?
Continue.
Well, you just, I don't even know if you need a resolution, just telling her to refer it to Lisa's engineer, that's all. She's saying it's complete enough to review.
So what are you looking for tonight from us?
Send it to, have Lisa's engineer at H2M give us their comments. I have to figure out
Seeker.
the seeker issue, kick it over for a month. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll come to a resolution on that, and then I'm gonna ask you to set a public hearing.
So, we'll kick it to March 2nd,
Sure.
right?
Unless you want to establish a public hearing, but we should probably take care of those
Things
issues
first.
first. What do
Yeah.
you think? Don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, typically when the
okay.
board would schedule a
Sure.
public hearing, they'd classify it at the same time.
Perfect,
So
perfect.
before you go, motion to carry this over to our March 2nd meeting.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
But you're happy with Lisa's people looking
Yeah, and
at the engineer?
Lisa.
Yeah.
We'll do the detailed engineering.
Yes,
process.
perfect, perfect.
All right, thanks, Alan.
I'm sorry,
Yeah, he's got a,
I have a compromised spouse, she's got
yeah.
Well, thank you.
I'm the nurse.
We can still continue to talk about this without a quorum, can't we, or no?
Yeah.
No.
We've already adjourned it, so it'd probably would be good to continue
Is there
at
any
the
other
next
questions?
meeting.
I mean, is there any other questions? Good night, Alan. I mean, you're not taking any actions, though, so
No, I don't
if you have
think
other
there are
questions, why don't you just shoot
We're
away?
happy to answer any questions.
I think we're good.
Okay.
Okay? So, right, so Lisa, your engineers will work on this, she'll clean up you'll address the secret thing.
We'll figure it
and
between the
we'll
three of us, or four of us, we'll
see
figure it
you again
out.
on
Yeah.
the 2nd.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm not trying to be pedantic about it, but I just, if something can fit into a type 2, I'd prefer that.
Yeah, okay,
Okay,
thank you.
all right, we're done.
Thank you. All right, so
I'm
with
glad
that,
you were here,
I
Mark, as
can't
always.
approve the minutes from the 5th.
Yeah, we'll do that for
So
next
we'll
week.
roll that. So that's really all we have tonight, all right?
Definitely bring the plans to
That's
put
it,
up there.
thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks.
we're good, thank you.
Have a good night.
Good night.
What'd you say?
Yeah.
You are effectively adjourned. I guess.
So I said, remember to bring them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, otherwise it's too
It's
confusing.
too, yeah, because it is confusing to see them for the first time, like,
Yeah. Hannah, can you hold on? Don't on Zoom or, because I'd like to make a motion for us to go into executive session here.
I don't know if we can since we don't have a physical quorum here.
Okay.
So, but I can,
you
I have
could- yeah.
attorney-client privilege with you, so I can, both
Okay.
of
And,
you, I
and
can
this,
discuss
it's
that.
just, so there's no quorum, so there's no public meeting standard.
Yeah, all right.
oh, next
All
time.
right, so we're done.
Next time.
Yep, all right. Good night, thanks, everyone.
night.
Motion to, I can't even make a motion to adjourn, he left.
Yes.
So we're adjourned effectively.
So we're adjourned by default. Okay, Hannah, thank you very much
Thanks, Hannah.
for being available.
Congratulations on your grandchild.
Oh, that's so nice.
Was it boy or girl?
Boy,
Boy, congratulations.
his name is Henry Lyon Abrams.
And
First name?
mom's
Henry.
doing well?
Middle name Lyon.
Everybody's sick.
Oh, the baby
Well, that's
too?
welcome to being a grandparent, right?
It is so cold down here. You have no idea.
Well, we can't feel that sorry for you.
I know.
Florida.
Could be
It
worse,
was
you could be here.
It was 30 degrees this morning.
Yeah,
Wow.
It's colder
Very
in Florida
cold.
than in Iceland.
yeah.
Well, you know, it serves them right to all move and leave us all alone. Flaunt it on Instagram.
At least we
All
have
right.
warm clothes.
Oh, I gotta call my husband, hang on. Hang on.
Thank you. So,
Wait, he's here, he called Rob all night.